Hello everyone, this is Linda. Welcome to Lenny P's Place. Hope everyone is doing well. Um, Here I have an old project that I did many years ago. I think I might have went through it really quickly a while back, I'm not sure. But anyway, I was watching Leanne's Crafty Cupboard, and she did a hashtag Throwback Thursday where she showcased one of her old journals. And I thought, what a great idea to do that when you don't have anything new to show, to share with anybody. So she had mentioned in the comment that she sent back to me that she wasn't sure if hashtag Throwback Thursday had been used for crafting. Well, I looked and I didn't see too much crafting in the hashtag Throwback Thursday. So I thought maybe adding hashtag Crafty Throwback Thursday might be better. And then that way, hopefully only crafty things would come up. So I'm going to title this hashtag Crafty Throwback Thursday, although it is, I was inspired by Leanne at Leanne's Crafty Cupboard, because I would never have thought about doing it had it not been for her doing it first. So I'm just gonna stick crafty in there because I think it will make it easier for those that would like to participate in this to be able to find just the craft things. So today I'm going to show you an album that I made probably, I don't know, at least maybe 8-9 years ago. I don't have a lot of projects that I have made because I don't sell very many things, but I give them away. So a lot of things that I've made in the past, I don't have anymore. But the things that I do have, I will be sharing every Thursday that I'm able to until I run out. So anyway, here's the first one that I'm going to this is probably one of my favorites because one of my very favorite movies is Romeo and Juliette. Not the old one, but the one that came out, I think in, excuse me, it came out in 69, I believe, 69 or 70, maybe 68, but I'm thinking 69. Anyway, I'm sorry, I was a senior in high school when it came out. I do remember that. So anyway, it's one of my favorite movies. I love it with Leonard Whiting and Olivia Hussey. They're the stars. And so I made this fabric journal, and I'll just start with the outside. I can't remember everything that I did. I do know that I printed my images on fabric, and all of the things that I used in here are all vintage and antique. I don't think I have anything other than the pictures themselves that is not at least vintage. So I've got lots of lace and seam binding and old, I made little rows there, and old doilies, more old doilies and flowers. It's just very, very layered, and I used this wide old lace on the spine and weaved an old piece of lace in it, and then there's an old doily on the back. And I don't remember what I used for the base. I think it was an old an old brocade fabric, I think, from what I can see there. Is what it looks like. And then just lots of old stuff on the bottom. Looks like I've used some, I have this old, some type of a, I don't know what it is, some type of a yarn or something. I had like a whole roll of it that I bought from an antique store. And then this is just some old fabric and old, not too old. This is probably not that old. Dangle lace I put in there to dangle down. So anyway, yeah, this came off of a wedding dress. So opening up the first page, you can see this very old doily, and it's over here on this side. Just layers of doilies and old lace and eyelet trim and some old flowers. I'm not sure where they came from. They're probably Wild Orchid Crafts because that's what I used back then. And this piece, I have no idea where that came from. So if you know the story of Romeo and Juliet, then you know that their families did not like one another. They feuded. So it says, Romeo and Juliet, the prologue, two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal lions of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but with their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, will hear, shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend. Okay, so that's the beginning. And then over here, I have a picture of Romeo and Juliet when they meet and they're dancing at the ball that he's not supposed to be at. And while they're dancing, he says, if I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this, my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a kiss. And I think he kissed her hand, but I'm not sure. Can't remember. But anyway, I have used some wedding dress trim here, along with some vintage trim and eyelet lace, and then doilies stacked up on the bottom. And over here, I have a few things that are not vintage. I have this trim here and these flat back pearls that I put on here and around here. Wedding dress appliques there. And I think they're on the balcony here and they hear something. And then over here, he says, what's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. I can't remember. I think she said that to him, but maybe he said it. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I need to watch it. I need to pull it up on, find it and watch it. These were some, this is some old vintage trim here, and I added some flat back pearls. So there's some old antique wedding dress trim that I've had forever, and I think I have only a few little pieces of that left. These little flowers came off of this, and then I added some vintage buttons from an antique wedding dress along the side here. I have some cheesecloth under there. I think I used quite a bit of cheesecloth in this. And then over here it says, there's their pictures. And some more trim, and I don't know where that came from. I used a lot of flat back pearls. And these are vintage pieces here that I put their pictures in. And then just some doilies behind. Over here I have a vintage doily. I cut out the center of a doily and added their picture in there. Added some little clay flowers that we used to call doodad flowers, because I bought them from this girl that called them doodad flowers, and that's how she sold them. So now they're just called little clay flowers, I think, and I can't find any place to buy them, so I'm just about out of those. So I won't have any more after I use them up, which I think I have maybe 10 left. This says, good night, parting is such sweet sorrow. And then I have this piece of bead dangle down here that came off of a wedding dress. And then over here they're in the chapel or the big church getting married. And I lost a bead right there. It says, but my true love has grown to such excess I cannot sum up half my wealth. So this is just a lot of different, this is some bell lace here, and flat back pearls, and appliques from a wedding dress. And over here, poor Romeo, he got in a fight with Tybalt and he killed him. So he's going to be on the run. So he spent his wedding night, they spent together. He snuck in with the help of, with Juliette's chambermaid, or her nurse, not her chambermaid, Juliette's nurse. But it says, night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the mountaintops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die. So that was Romeo telling Juliette he had to leave, or they were going to kill him if they caught him, because he killed Tybalt. So there's a lot of doily ruffles down here on the bottom of this page with bell trim, and or bell lace rather, and wedding dress appliques, and these are just some old shabby roses. And then over here is where they both have died, and they're laying out to be it's their funeral service. And so yeah, the priest had come up with a plan, but Juliette didn't get the message in time, or Romeo didn't get the message in time. So when he got he heard that she had died from a sleeping potion, which she really wasn't dead, but he thought she was. And so he came back, found her sleeping, and thought she was dead. And so he took some poison and killed himself. She woke up. He was dead. So then she took his knife and stabbed herself and killed herself. So it was very, very tragic. And I know most of you know the story, but it's just a very tragic love story. So this says, a gloomy peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these and sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some never punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliette and her Romeo. So that's the end of the very sad story. And so anyway, that is my little project to share for what I'm going to be calling hashtag crafty Throwback Thursday. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and take care. Be safe, be happy, be well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.